Coming up on this week's Bronc Buzz, our world news team analyzes the ongoing nuclear developments in Iran.
The news team will give you a recap of this year's National Broadcasting Society convention, which was held in Los Angeles. And we'll see who came home a winner.
Our sports team uncovers the latest on rider athletics.
In our Road to Success segment, we'll take a look at what advice professionals in the media industry have for our current students.
This week in entertainment, we'll discuss the highly anticipated films being released this spring.
Our food team takes advantage of the spring-like weather and visits some of the most delicious frozen yogurt places around our area.
The Bronc Buzz starts now. Welcome to this week's edition of the Bronc Buzz. I'm Lauren Testa.
And I'm Nate Labriciano. Tensions in the Middle East continue to escalate as Iran's nuclear program grows stronger each day. For more, here's a World News Buzz.
Iran's nuclear program is raising the eyes of many in the international community today. In recent months, the United Nations and a group of countries titled P5+1 have been working with Iran to regulate the country's nuclear developments. Jonathan Mendelow, Rider University's chairperson of political science, provides further insight into the Irani nuclear talks.
We're talking about nuclear proliferation. Iran holding atomic weapons is not only a global problem of proliferation, but it could incite Saudi Arabia to get atomic weapons, and if Saudi Arabia will, then all the rest of the Middle East, one after the other, dominoes will fall. This is a nightmare scenario.
Countries like the United States and Russia have been working since 2006 to control Iran's nuclear efforts, due to international concerns with how this Middle Eastern nation has managed its military and nuclear activity. Research and reports from various news organizations are concerned with the notion that Iran is using its nuclear capabilities for mainly military purposes. Despite the negotiations' current progression, there are many outside forces that are making the nuclear talks with Iran difficult.
There are two additional players. And whereas I think that the negotiations between the first two is relatively solvable, the other two are a problem. One of them are the Republican Party in the United States. The other is the Shia extremists in Iran, and both are very similar in point of view and in behavior. Both are playing a domestic game, the result of which could foil the negotiations and push all sides to a mutual disaster.
Israel, one of the nations who's on the outside looking in of the nuclear talks, has kept an eye on Iran. After spending the last few years encouraging the United Nations to impose heavy sanctions on the nuclear plants in Iran, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has threatened once again to launch a military strike on Iran's plant in Tehran.
In previous instances, Israel bombed and destroyed the plant that created the atomic weapons. Now, if it will do so again in a situation in which there is a lot of tension, I think that we're going to see a major escalation of relations in the Middle East, but also an expansion abroad, because America is closely associated with Israel.
Until negotiations come to a full resolution, the world will be monitoring Iran's nuclear actions, hoping that talks will lead to peace and not an unnecessary war. This has been Andrew Corkery reporting for the Bronc Buzz.
We will continue to keep you informed regarding the Iranian nuclear developments.
31 Rider students with a variety of majors recently returned from this year's NBS convention in Los Angeles. Here's our news team with more.
Los Angeles may seem like a vacation spot to most Rider students, but for communications majors, it's where opportunities await. The National Broadcasting Society, in association with Alpha Epsilon Rho, welcomed colleges from all over the country to its 72nd annual convention. This year, it was held at the heart of the entertainment industry, Hollywood. We sat down with the co-presidents of the Rider University Network to talk about their experiences on the trip.
Oh my gosh, in a city like Los Angeles, there's so much to do. Personally, I just love being a tourist. I loved going to Hollywood Boulevard, shopping.
I felt like I was in a movie the whole time because I couldn't believe I was looking at the Hollywood sign, walking along the path with the Hollywood stars. Even going to In-N-Out Burger, something It's something I never got to experience before.
The convention offered a schedule of different media panels ranging from the topics of sports, news, entertainment, reality TV, and film.
Actually seeing and hearing the professionals tell their stories about how far they've come, and they're giving such really influential advice as far as like if you should move out here, which all of them said, yeah, of course, if you really want to make something of yourself, just go and do it.
My favorite event there was the career focus, where you go around individually to tables with producers, different professionals within the industry. I personally went to 5 or 6 tables with news producers and assignment editors and reporters.
Some of the people I got to network with personally are big names in the business, a couple of television hosts. Sam Shocker, she does work for Dr. Drew's. Brian Gudinski was a really good contact to make.
It was great because it tailored specifically to my career needs. And I know for other people, say, who want to be in film or entertainment news, there was plenty of people there at the Career Focus that were specifically catered toward their career needs.
Aside from networking with professionals in the industry, NBS members got to submit their work to the Student Electronic Media Competition. Several Rider students were nominated for awards, and some of them even brought home trophies.
It means a lot to me to win for a category that my career is focused on, storytelling, creating news packages. And I was very honored to win, and that tells me I'm on the right path in my career. I think the real reward will come when you get that first job. But it's certainly nice to be honored in front of all those people, all those hardworking broadcast students.
Although students were motivated to have their work showcased at the convention, the most valuable experience NBS has to offer is the insight to a professional career in the media industry.
I think because for me personally, I was debating as to whether or not I was going to move to LA. But after going to this conference, I'm set for actually doing it because of their advice. I think actually being there and getting to talk to these people and getting their contact information and stuff, that's really influenced me to just really follow my dreams.
I think everyone at Rider should be pretty optimistic about their future. They should all be encouraged about getting jobs in the TV industry, no matter whether you're in film or news, whatever it may be. I think NBS, especially this chapter at Rider, helps all out with that.
The NBS trip was indeed worth the money and the missed class time for communications students at Rider. Jake Tuff, Bronc Buzz.
Congratulations to all the nominees and winners, whose hard work certainly paid off.
As snow continues to fall here at Ben Cohen Field, the Rider University men's lacrosse team prepares for its season ahead.
I feel this is definitely my most confident season, just because when I was first here, like I said, freshman year, we were probably one of the more talented teams, I think, but we had no sort of organization, whether it be on the field organization or off the field. This year, we definitely better off the field, I think, than in the past.
Yeah, we're definitely looking to build up fan bases, make it sort of an event to come out to the games and really build that atmosphere here.
For a team that finished last in the country, both Joes must bring the team together in practice to have a bounce-back year.
But really, the practices are run by the senior, me and Joe. We kind of have an index card of drills and things we want to do, and we just go from there with the practice.
One defender and two on offense. You both come down from the top, pass back and forth. The one defender is wanting to split the two, all right, and then you're going to take the best shot when it comes to you.
Off the field, President Joe and the former built a favorable schedule for their team to rebound.
We've done, from a competitive standpoint, we've not progressed as well as we've thought we'd like to, but from an administrative standpoint, we've definitely gotten better.
Somewhat of a favorable schedule this year. 6 out of our 7 games are home games, and our 1 away game is TCNJ this year, so we're pretty close to home.
With leadership coming from the players themselves, this presents even more challenges for the team.
The club is, like most organizations, student-run, so with that, there's definitely ups and downs, as the leadership, guys graduate and things like that. So we have had some up and downs. Brian Williams was he was SGA president at one point, but he also ran the club team. Before me was Sean Fedema, and then I ran it last year, and now Joe Myers runs it.
Though the men's team finished the year poorly, this year's freshman class is keeping the team competitive.
Definitely picked up a lot of steam, definitely a few good young freshmen. Taught a couple guys how to play too, so in a few years they're going to be building up. And then we've got a lot of great seniors this year, so hopefully the blend of the two will yield some pretty good results.
We're back after spring break. We're going to be outside again, practicing, and we have games, I think, at least once every weekend. So we have like 2 games a weekend most weekends. So, 2 or 3 practices a week as well.
Gleason is optimistic about the new look Rider Broncs.
But now we have, 30-plus guys, with over half of them, with high school experience. So I'm very confident. 500 or better is the goal. Playoffs, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Kevin Whitehead with the Sports Buzz.
For more information on Riders Athletics, visit gobronx.com.
Graduation rapidly approaching, students should be planning for their future careers. Our Road to Success team has some professional tips to help you succeed.
It's no secret that getting a job in the radio and TV industry can be difficult. Getting advice from professionals in the industry is very valuable. So I talked to Garrett Vogel, who is a cast member for the Elvis Duran in the Morning Show on Z100 and is also a Rider University graduate.
ElvisDuran.com. Hey, what's up, everyone? It is Garrett from the Elvis Duran Morning Show, hanging out with Kim Kardashian. How are you?
I'm good.
What I do for the Elvis Duran Morning Show is it's crazy to think. I'm all about the pop culture, finding out everything and anything that happened while you were sleeping, right before you went to sleep, during primetime TV, what everyone's watching on online, the viral videos, so I'm all about the pop culture element and bringing that to the show.
What's going on, everybody? I am Garrett, and I am here to give you your Mac answer for Friday morning.
Besides bringing us the juicy gossip, he also keeps us informed with some very interesting events, such as Christina Aguilera messing up the national anthem, or funny skits that Jimmy Fallon said on The Tonight Show. Even if you went to work and did not hear about something that happened, you will find out the next day on Elvis Duran and the Morning Show, thanks to Garrett. He also conducts phone taps, which are one of the most hilarious parts of the show.
Your plaster's on.
Roll down the window!
He's at the window now. At your window? Yeah, he's knocking at the window. What should I do?
Open it!
I understand. Do not roll down the window, Jessica.
One of the coolest perks of the job is when Garrett gets to interview celebrities, whether it be in the studio or on the red carpet.
ElvisDuran.com. Hey, what's up? It's Garrett, hanging out with Miss Selena Gomez. How are you?
Great, how are you?
Let me tell you, you are my guilty pleasure of the last year. I have been singing naturally to myself out.
I spoke with Garrett about what type of personality you need to have when working in this industry, and for some other helpful tips when finally landing the job.
If you want to do anything in the media industry, you have to be able to speak up, be loud, be confident, and don't be hesitant about doing something. So if it's the simplest thing of running to get coffee to get your foot in the door for, the host of a show, you make it the best, coffee that he's ever had.
Professor Janes had a similar outlook on how to really make yourself known in the media workplace.
What I would love students to do is to become invaluable for some of those organizations. Show how smart they are, show how committed they are, show how involved they are, and all of a sudden make yourself invaluable to that organization where they realize that they need you.
When asked when the best time to start looking for a job was, Garrett made a very true and powerful statement.
You should start already looking for a job. Stop watching this. Stop. Go. Get going.
This is Ashley Monahan, and now back to you in the studio.
For possible job listings in the media industry, visit tvjobs.com.
Now here's Dana Riccardi with the Entertainment Buzz.
Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Muppets Most Wanted are among many exciting films to be released this spring. Our entertainment team has more.
Thanks, Dana. Coming off of its Los Angeles and UK premiere dates, Captain America, The Winter Soldier has been getting attention from many media outlets, such as The Guardian, Los Angeles Times, and Entertainment Weekly. The film stars Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson have been receiving much praise for their performances. Jenna Milley, columnist at Entertainment Weekly, has referred to Ms. Johansson as the Queen of Marvel movies. This follow-up to 2011's Captain America, The First Avenger, expresses the struggle of young Steve Rogers, who must adapt to the modern world as he battles a threat from the old.
Looks like you're giving the orders now, Captain.
Damn right.
Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, played by Sebastian Stan, makes his return as a vengeful Soviet agent.
He's fast.
Captain America: The Winter Soldier, posing as both a sequel and crossover film for the continuing Avengers franchise, will be released into theaters nationwide on April 4th.
Kiss me on the cheek and I'll show you all the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger.
Belongs to those who know where they belong. You ready?
This isn't real.
Two top movies currently in theaters are Divergent, starring Shailene Woodley and Theo James, and The Muppets Most Wanted, starring all your favorites alongside Tina Fey and Ricky Gervais. Both films were in competition to reach the highest grossing amount on a shared opening weekend. Divergent clearly won in an upset with a gross amount of $56 million, while The Muppets could only scrounge up a mere $16.5, which is almost $35 less than the film's total budget.
Divergents threaten the system. It won't be safe until they're removed.
According to Rotten Tomatoes, The Muppets received 77% positive reviews with an average rating of 6.9 out of 10. Meanwhile, despite the box office success, Divergent only received 40% positive feedback, but 81% of audiences felt it was worth the money. That does it for this week's entertainment segment. Remember to catch both these movies in theaters while you still can. Also, mark your calendars for April 4th so you can see the first Avenger back on the big screen. Until next time, I'm Fatima Hayward. Back to you.
To see what other movies are coming out this spring, visit imdb.com.
The winter has been harsh, and the first taste of nice weather gives us the craving for something sweet. We were able to visit some frozen yogurt establishments in the area. Here's our food team with more.
This week, we take a look at 2 frozen yogurt places in the Lawrenceville area. Our first stop, Let's Yo.
We decided that this spot would be great. There's like 8 restaurants outside, so we're their dessert place. The most popular flavors would be sea salt caramel pretzel, chocolate and vanilla, cookies and cream. We always carry 2 sorbets here, mango and orange. We carry like 8 different sorbets, but those are the most popular ones that we have right now. We have birthday cake, espresso, peanut butter. We have every day, I think, 21 flavors, so it's a lot.
Toppings include a huge variety of different colored sprinkles and flavors, different kinds of sauces and syrups, as well as a lot of different kinds of cereal.
Strawberries, all the fresh fruit, the M&Ms, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, sprinkles, walnuts, gummy bears.
They offer 6 different kinds of smoothies with a super boost of your choice, as well as their new Yo Blast.
Similar to like the McFlurries or the Dairy Queen Blizzards, it's a set price for as much yogurt you want and toppings. You make it and we blend it for you. Healthy options, all our yogurts are either low fat, no fat, or no sugar added. So it's a healthy alternative to ice cream. We have always fresh fruit, always dry nuts. So we give you the options to stay healthy if you want to.
Let's Yo is open all year long and is located on the Brunswick Pike in Lawrenceville. Another place for warm weather sweets is Annie's Frozen Yogurt and Water Ice.
Hybrid of a couple ideas, which were the self-serve frozen yogurt concepts along with the Rita's water ice concept. So we put the 2 together and that's what we have.
Annie's also offers 5 different flavors of smoothies and 3 different specialty drinks.
We have 10 frozen yogurt flavors at any given time, about 12 to 15 homemade ice cream flavors, and then 2 self-serve soft ice cream flavors.
With all the different toppings and frozen yogurt, we've got to know that it's coming from the best places.
Well, the yogurt is made, most of our product is made by Dannon. Dannon Yogurt owns a company called Yo Cream, and they make them prepared and ready to go for us. We buy them, put them in the machine, out comes. We do occasionally make some custom flavors, but a majority of the time they come straight from Dannon ready to go.
Frozen yogurt is definitely the delicious, creative way to go.
Enjoy this warm weather for yourself and take a trip to one of these delicious locations.
And that's all for this week's edition of the Bronc Buzz. I'm Nate Labrusciano.
And I'm Lauren Testa. Have a great week.